I am going to ask you two questions. I know you were not expecting them. It would have to do with you laying down a foundation and something that came to Ambazonians as a bad news. We have this valiant fighter, um, Shina Rambo, who would give his arms to the enemies and go on his knees. And we have intelligence report that he did not just surrender, but he is releasing intelligence information to the enemy. Now, the circumstances that led to his demise, if I must say, are not very clear, but it would appear that we have to be blamed to some extent. What do you think?
Saying that we have to be blamed is really not true. Why? Um, this division actually started in Wee County, where there were some individuals in that county who did not want to work with the leadership of the county. They decided to join the other side and started creating something down there called Unity Warriors. And when No PT left Ngokutunja after La Republic was really after him to fight to seek refuge in Bowie County, some individuals in Bowie County capitalized on that situation and persuaded No PT to start rallying people under something called Unity Warriors. The intention was not to benefit No PT himself and whoever he was bringing together, but was to benefit them. They were trying to use No PT to wage a political war against their enemies in the Bowie County leadership. You know for a fact that Shina Rambo is No PT's brother, and he was with his brother, even though he underwent a lot of torture from his own brother. There are reports that we got saying that No PT actually nailed him to the cross like Jesus Christ and tortured him so many times, and locked him up, and things like that. So when news came to us that No PT had fallen, Shina Rambo reached out and said he wanted to come back to Ngokutunja. And we told him that's fine. If you want to come back to Ngokutunja, you can come back. But let's be clear. We are not gonna bring you close to our FM, but you can stay wherever you are, and then we can see what we can do down the road. It was some form of rehabilitation, I would say. So when the same people within the Marine Force who are also part of the Unity Warriors killed No PD, when the same people killed No PD, they started going after some fighters within their own ranks that they didn't like. People like Shao Mao, they killed Shao Mao. They started going after Shina Rambo. They arrested Colombo, and they also arrested another fighter called Rambo. We reached out to the leadership of Ngokutunja. I mean, the leadership on the ground, not the leadership, not the county leadership, to prevail on them to release these two comrades who were arrested. And negotiations are still going on as we speak. However, Shina Rambo reached out and said his life is in danger, and he is now with Colombo's boys. Colombo is the one who was arrested by these Marine forces, the Unity Warrior people. And he said they were hungry, they had no money. And so what we did was we dispatched $1,000 to him. That came up to about 600 and something thousand for food. So he wasn't really a restoration fighter. He was somebody we were trying to rehabilitate. However, because we had no control of the communications that he had with other people, it was afterwards that we actually heard that he was talking to people like how you call him again, Ellie Smith, talking to Moja Moja and people like that. So I think he was dealing on both sides. So for anyone to say we failed him or we didn't succeed to rehabilitate him, that is pushing it a little bit too far. The thing is, we did our best with him. We tried to help him. We asked him to lay low while we worked things out. But he had already made up his mind, because while he was talking to us, he was also talking to enablers. He was also talking to federalists. He was talking to people who were also convincing him to drop his weapons and go to the DDR. And he wasn't being chased by the restoration forces. He was being chased by the Marine Force, Unity Warriors, who were under the command of No Pity before he died. So we had no hand in what happened to him. He had already made up his mind because he was convinced that his own brothers within No Pity's camp were going to kill him. And so he left and joined the DDR. But to answer your question, we did our best to rehabilitate him, but he was already gone because he decided that the only way he could save himself from these very nefarious groups down there was to actually hand over himself to the enemy. It was a very unfortunate situation, but what can we say? Thank you.